Welcome to AI Brief. This is episode 136. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah.
Today, we're really diving deep into some major AI shifts this week.
Yeah, lots to cover. We've got big tech talking regulations, some leadership moves at OpenAI,
Right? And Alibaba's new AI search idea, Apple may be shaking up search partnerships.
plus a super fast coding tool contender and what Meta's planning for its smart glasses.
Exactly. And then, of course, a whole bunch of other updates and some trending tools you should probably know about. Let's get into it.
Okay, so regulations first. It was pretty interesting seeing the CEOs from OpenAI, Microsoft, AMD, CoreWeave basically all line up before Congress.
And they weren't just asking nicely, were they? They were pushing for lighter rules.
Definitely. Framing it as essential for the U.S. to, stay ahead of China in the AI race.
Sam Altman's comment really stood out, AI being potentially bigger than the internet. That's quite the statement.
It is, and it leads right into their call for more investment, infrastructure improvements like the electric grid, things needed to actually support that kind of growth.
And what about the chip restrictions? Microsoft and AMD seemed worried.
Yeah, Brad Smith and Lisa Su both raised concerns that U.S. export controls on AI chips could sort of push their own customers towards Chinese options instead.
So like an unintended consequence, weakening the U.S. market instead of protecting it.
That seems to be the argument. So the overall message was boost R&D, train the workforce, fix the grid, streamline permits, but don't overregulate us out of the race.
Okay, makes sense. Now, OpenAI, big news there with Fidji Simo coming in.
Right, the Instacart CEO, she's taking on this new role, CEO of applications. Seems like a major structural change.
So splitting the focus. Altman concentrating more on the core research, the compute, the safety stuff.
Exactly, and Simo heads up actually applying that research, bringing it to market. Her background at Facebook, especially with the app and ads, suggests a real focus on user products.
And this comes right after they decided not to become a for-profit, and while they're expanding Project Stargate globally, seems like OpenAI is really evolving its structure.
Doubling down, maybe. Foundational tech and practical uses. It'll be interesting to see how quickly this new setup translates research into tools we actually use.
Speaking of new approaches, let's talk about Alibaba and ZeroSearch.
Yeah.
This sounds different.
It really is fascinating. The core idea is teaching an AI to search without needing a real search engine constantly.
How? Does it just make up the results?
Sort of. It uses a large language model to simulate search results during its training phase. And they have this clever curriculum approach.
The curriculum, like school for the AI.
Kind of. They start with good simulated data, then gradually make it worse, forcing the AI to get better at reasoning and finding information itself.
And the big benefit is cost.
Huge cost savings, yeah. They reported like an 88% reduction because they're not paying for constant search engine API calls. Plus, it avoids the messiness of real-world search data.
So this could really help smaller AI labs get into the game.
Potentially, yeah. Lowers a major barrier. Makes you wonder about the future reliance on traditional search data for training these models.
Which brings us neatly to Apple. Thinking about ditching Google as Safari's default search.
That's the rumor. Apparently, an Apple exec mentioned Safari searches are actually down for the first time in, 22 years?
Wow. So they need to change something.
Seems like it. And they're looking at AI tools like Perplexity, maybe ChatGPT, Claude, suggesting a shift towards more conversational, direct answer type search.
And Google stock took a hit on the news.
It did. Shows how important that default spot is. This could really shake up the search world if Apple makes a move. Imagine Safari acting more like an AI assistant.
Okay, coding now. Zed,
Yeah.
built with Rust, claiming to be the fastest in the world with this new feature.
Yeah, this agentic editing feature. Rust is known for speed, so they might have an edge there over platforms built on, say, VS Code.
And agentic means.
It sounds like it's more proactive than just code completion, like the AI understands your code and can suggest or even make changes directly.
Need to see how that actually works in practice.
Definitely one to watch.
All right, and Meta. Ray-Ban smart glasses potentially getting facial recognition.
That's the report. An experimental super sensing feature. Convenience is one thing, but
Privacy concerns jump out immediately.
big time. Meta would have a huge hurdle to clear there regarding security and user consent. It's part of that broader push, though.
Putting more AI into wearables.
Exactly. Like their current live AI tool lets you ask about your surroundings, though battery life is apparently still an issue. And Apple's reportedly working on its own chips for glasses, even putting cameras in AirPods and watches for AI stuff.
powering all that in tiny devices is still the challenge, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, so beyond those main stories, quite a bit else happened too.
Yeah, a real flurry. The FDA talking to OpenAI about using AI in drug development.
Amazon working on its own AI coding app, Kiro.
Yep, with agent features. Shopify upgraded its Sidekick AI assistant. Augment Code launched a way to offload coding tasks to the cloud.
Amazon also has a new tool for sellers to optimize listings. Hugging Face released a free computer agent, though it's slow for now.
Meta brought back Robert Fergus to head its AI lab. Google's making Gemini cheaper for repetitive tasks with implicit caching.
And maybe a ChatGPT lifetime subscription option. Interesting business model idea.
Plus, AI search popping up on LinkedIn for jobs and Netflix for shows. And Baidu patenting AI for translating animal noises.
Okay, that last one is out there.
Definitely unique.
So let's quickly run through some trending tools people might want to check out.
Sure. Anthropic has a web search API now, so Claude can access the web. Mistral released Medium 3, a new model balancing cost and performance.
And Mistral also launched LeChat Enterprise, their business AI assistant.
Figma Make lets you turn design mockups into prototypes with comps. AI Champ helps teams track productivity.
RapidScan for automating document management. There's also a technical report on Turing benchmarking vision language models.
And tools like Descript for easier video podcast editing and Unwink for analyzing customer feedback. Lots of practical stuff emerging.
It really is a whirlwind. Constant innovation, big strategic plays. We hope this deeper look has helped make sense of some key developments shaping AI right now.
Yeah, things are moving incredibly fast. To keep up, make sure you follow AI Brief.
And please do share this deep dive with anyone else you think would find it interesting. Thanks for tuning in.